and he wrote, "A one-eyed man still has one good eye. A blind man must have something that he can be thankful for." That's true. You have been blessed. Are you focused on your blessings or focused with envy upon what others have that you think that you should have instead? I mean, you have been placed where you are in the circumstances that you're in by God. You have been prepared for what is here. Are you stepping out in faith and finding this wonderful, fulfilling purpose? Or just drawing into yourself as the world is doing more and more? So how does this help us now? First, we are called to recognize God's hand all around us in the created order and worship Him. Kathy and I went on our trip last week, and we drove through the Pocono Mountains in New York State. We started over on the Pennsylvania side and went all the way over to Connecticut. And now, as a good Southern boy, I always figured that everything north of the Mason-Dixon is just urban sprawl, right? And I will tell you that if you drive up I-95, you will not find something to contradict that understanding. 95 is rough. But in bypassing New York City, even by a few miles to the north, we went through a lush, mountainous landscape worthy of the Appalachians. And I found out something really interesting, too, that the Appalachians continue into Connecticut just to a few miles from the ocean, from the Long Island Sound. I was like, holy cow, it's like going along up in Lynchburg, and we're almost at the ocean. And we talked, I said, you know, down where we are, you got hundreds of miles of sand plain before you get to the oceans. They were like, really? You can't be there in an hour or two? Nope. It's beautiful. And crossing the Hudson River, wow. Where we crossed it, it was gorgeous. There's a reason that there is a school of early American landscape painting called the Hudson River School, because that's what they were painting, those landscapes. Who made this? Only God could. So look and see His hand in His creation and praise Him. Not the created order, but the one who created it. We also are called to worship Him as we recognize His hand in His acts of providence. Understand this. The only time you can be outside of God's will is when you are actively sinning against Him. Even then,